Story if you have a minute.
Here we go. A story. All right. Here's a story I heard from Rabbi
Story.
Groner himself. I heard from Rabbi Label Groner himself that there was a policeman, a non-Jewish policeman. Did I tell you the story? No, I didn't tell it. There was a non-Jewish policeman. And one day he used to be, there was an entourage. There was, the Rebbe used to get a police escort when he would go to visit the grave of his predecessor, the previous Rebbe. And he would have an entourage, the 3, 4 policemen, whatever it is, on motorcycles. And there was also a police car in front. And they would go and when he would go and visit, and also one coming back. There was one policeman that he was part of this entourage. And he got to be friendly with a lot of the boys because he would wait for the Rebbe to come out. And Chabad, they're very friendly. So the boys came on, they talked to him, and they were interesting, also inquisitive, what's this, what's that, what this, and where do you come from? And he asked the boys, where do you come from? One day he saw everybody was really excited. So he asked him what happened. He said, oh, the Rebbe did an amazing miracle. So this a policeman said, I didn't ask the Rebbe what the miracle was. I'm sorry, I have to begin the story. I didn't begin the story properly. The story is that this policeman that we're talking about, he stopped a Chabad lady that was driving too fast. She was going over the speed limit, and he pulled her over and said license and registration. And when she opened up her purse, there was a picture of the Rebbe. And he said, you know this man? She said, yes, I'm one of his followers. He said, okay, I'm not going to give you a ticket. I'll tell you a story. And that's the story he's told. That's the story he told, like I just told. He said he was part of the entourage of the Rebbe, and they got friendly with some of the boys over there. And he saw one day everybody was excited. They said the Rebbe did a big miracle. And he said, I asked them, tell me, does your Rebbe, does he do miracles for non-Jews also? And they said, yeah, we think so. I mean, he's the leader of a Jewish group, but, he's for everybody. Why not? So he said, well, me and my wife have been married for 10 years. And we don't have any children. We've been to doctors, we've been to this, and we're even considering getting divorced because so he said, can he help? So one of the boys said, listen, I think do like this. When you go, you're escorting the Rebbe. So when you open the Rebbe, the door of the car for the Rebbe to get out, so ask the Rebbe if he can give you a blessing. And if the Rebbe just ignores you, so they'll ignore you, but see. But I'm sure he won't. So he opened the door and he said to the Rebbe, can I ask for a blessing? The Rebbe said, yes. He said, I want a blessing for children. I don't have any children. So the Rebbe said, give your name to my secretary, your name and your father's name. So he gave his name, his father's name. He said, this policeman said that, and you won't believe it, he said that my wife got pregnant and she gave birth to a son. So as soon as the son was, as soon as like a couple of weeks old, he said, I took this boy around to all the doctors that told me that it was impossible. And I showed the doctors. I said, you know what I called my son? You know what I called him? He said, I called him Mendel. Mendel is a purely Jewish name, Mendel. And he said, my wife said, but the other children, they're going to laugh at him. And he said, I don't care. I want my son to know that he came from this great rabbi, that he came. And my wife's mother said, but the other children, they might even pick on him. So he said, he said, I want my son to know that all the other children, they don't like Jews. I want him to love Jews because of a Jew, that's why he was born. And that's the story that Rabbi Label Gruner told. Have a good day with Mashiach now.